Hello everyone, I am Kagami360, here to review NiGHTLiGHTER Chapter 2. Today my friend from last review, Enigma, couldn't make it because mistakes on my part and other things. So I'm just on my own. I'm trying to do this review weekly and stick to it, so let's just get this review out of the way. First I'll recap. We continue right from where the last chapter left off, with Nez and Rain encountering Mr. Smiley. Nez asks Mr. Smiley for Renchi's phone back, and Rain goes to attack Mr. Smiley, but is blocked by the creature from last chapter. Smiley proceeds to throw Renchi's phone back at Nez because he doesn't care about it, which contains information on the kinds of anima that happens and how emotion ties to it. And apparently, agony is an enigma, like my friend. Nez realizes that the creature Renchi, realizes the creature is Renchi and proceeds to attack this creature and Smiley outside the building. Nez asks Rain to control Renchi without killing him, and so Rain controls the creature without killing him, using Hisatsu's puppetry. Meanwhile, just as Smiley was going to do something, a floating head shows up, and now Mr. Smiley has to leave. As he asks Nez to... as he leaves, Nez tries to attack him, but is stopped. Smiley leaves, and Nez changes plans for killing Renchi, knowing how much he has suffered. Which concludes the chapter. So, what do I think of this chapter? Well, I think it was a great chapter. It has given me something that the first chapter did not give me, which was a reason to want me to read more beyond the art. The art was appealing in the first chapter, yes, but I didn't feel a connection or a reason as to why I should read other than the art. However, I think now I have a reason to read beyond the art. I think it just makes me excited with how the next chapter would pan out with his decision to kill Renchi. Will he actually go through with it? Will he change his mind and wish to bring Renchi back to normal? Making a reader wonder and ask questions is probably the most important thing you can do as a mangaka. And I think Chapter 2 has done a good job of this. Another thing I am excited for is the next encounter they have with Smiley and the events in the next couple chapters. It was a good decision to make him leave in the second chapter because it makes his next appearance seem more... It makes his current appearance feel more brief, so his future appearances have more weight. Assuming this is a long manga, that is a great thing. Even if it was a short manga, it would be. However, one criticism I have is that I sort of had a hard time figuring out that Renchi was a creature until the actual last panel of this chapter. I think I should have actually figured it out by Rain using... I should have actually figured it out when Rain used puppetry and Nez asked her to not kill Renchi. But I was just confused when I read that. But yeah, I should have known then. But I don't think I was supposed to know then. And I was supposed to know before that. I don't think I could have known until, like, that scene. I think something in future chapters you should keep in mind is to be a bit more clear, just have a bit more clarity. It would definitely help out in future chapters. That's my only complaint. So yeah, I still think overall this was a good chapter. Now, I think I'll do this section of the video review to theories on NiGHTLiGHTER. I think it gets really manga or a story creator in general excited when they hear theories on their own story. As someone who draws manga, that definitely hits home with me. It could also help the reader think in more creative and abstract ways if the story is especially good. And it's just generally fun to do. So what are my crackpot NiGHTLiGHTER theories? Well, I only have two. We only have 2 chapters out right now, which isn't much. So I don't know what I can theorize in the long term right now. However, I think next chapter, Renchi will actually die, as Nez said at the end of Chapter 2. And this whole situation with Mr. Smiley would be the reason Nez gets interested in becoming a conjurer. Maybe due to Renchi wanting it and Nez feeling bad that he couldn't achieve it. Feeling bad that Renshi couldn't achieve it. Something along those lines. The world isn't really fleshed out too much due to only being 2 chapters, so I want to also see how conjurers operate in this world. They, based off last chapter, I think they seemed a bit looked down upon, based off that one guy running, saying how useless they were. Anyways, with that, I am finished with the NiGHTLiGHTER review, and I hope you enjoyed it. Before you go, the link to NiGHTLiGHTER is in the description. Please check out my manga, Or of Deities Prototype. Just skip the first 60 chapters. Link is down below in the description too. You can also find my Discord and Twitter down below as well. With that, see you during chapter 3, and praise the mantis.